Delighted to be joined with Gary Hunt, who has put pen to paper to become our Waterford women's head coach for 2025. Gary, welcome back. You must be delighted to be back at the Blues.
Yeah, appreciate it, Killian. Yeah, look, delighted to be back. An opportunity came up over the last few weeks, and it's something that I wasn't hesitant at all about taking, and I'm really looking forward now to getting started with the group and taking Waterford into a new era.
You're no stranger to the club, having played an integral role in our first team and academy setup over the recent years. You must be delighted to be back involved, this time leading the women's first team.
Yeah, of course. Look, I suppose I do have a background here in the academy and the first team, and I've had some brilliant successes there on the pitch, and I'm looking forward now to hopefully carrying that over to the women's side, and and what success will look like for us over the first year maybe might be a little bit different, but I'm really looking forward to taking this group and really setting something up for Waterford that's been a long time coming.
What can Waterford fans expect the women's side to look like in 2025? Will it be a lot of academy players from our impressive under 17 and 19s, or will it be some senior experience involved too?
Yeah, look, we're obviously a new entity, and what we will do is we'll give opportunities to some of the best young players that have come through our academy. Our academy has been working really well over the last couple of years, and see that last year our under 17s finished second in the country. So we have to reward those young players with opportunities, but we also want to look at maybe some of the best players around playing in the league that within the region that might be able to help those young players, and we're going to fight to try and get some players in that will give us an opportunity to compete with some teams in the league. Are we going to be successful in terms of the top of the league? Possibly not in year one, but what we want to be is we want to be competitive, and we want to compete against teams, and hopefully we can bring some players in that'll help those young players to grow. And in time, I think with the backing of the club and the backing of people behind us, I think this is going to build on to be something special.
How important is it for the region of Waterford to have a senior league awareness team this year?
I think it's huge. I think there's so much tradition and history in Waterford with football and with female football as well. People have been capped by their country playing for Ireland. Ciara Grant has gone on and won over 100 caps and won the Champions League. So the amount of tradition in Waterford and the hunger for football, be it in the male game and the female game, is huge. So I think it's really important, and to be fair to the club, I think a few years ago they set out a plan to have this in place in a certain time frame, and they've hit that objective. So now to be competing on a national scale with a senior team here is really important, and I hope it's backed.
How important is it for the Blues fans to now get behind the team now in 2025?
Yeah, definitely. I think, like as I said, we're really looking forward to playing games in the RSC on a Saturday afternoon. I do think that the majority of people will get behind this, and I think they'll support us, and it's up to us then to make sure that we put something on the pitch that makes them want to come back, that gives them something to be associated to, that gives young local players an opportunity to represent their county, to represent their region, and that will make in turn make young players have an aspiration to want to play for Waterford in years to come. And as I said, it's up to us to make sure that we offer that, and in time hopefully Waterford, and as we said, we're thriving in the Premier Division in the men's game at the moment, and hopefully that will be, I think, for the women's team to achieve.
And how important is it for the inception of the women's side to have the backing by the Hess Group who have come on board this year?
I think it's a fantastic partnership. I think when you look at the club as it stands at the moment, when you look at the training facilities and the playing facilities we have, to have someone like the Hess Sport Group come in and back this group, back this team, is going to be phenomenal. I think over the long term, they talk about how important education is for players. They talk about how important it is to have opportunities post their time in sport, and things like that are going to be massive for players, because I think in time, if a parent or a young player is looking at where's best to play in the southeast, I think Waterford is going to be the prime location in time, and that's an exciting part to play for me, and everyone involved.
And looking ahead to the season, it's Treaty United away in our first game of the season before welcoming FAI Cup champion Shelburne here to the RSC for our first ever home game. An exciting time ahead.
Definitely. We're really looking forward to, I think it's the 8th of March will be the first game. We'll travel to Treaty, and you know what, we've got a few weeks under our belts to get ready for that, and we're looking forward to that. We'll get players on board, we'll get a squad ready to compete, and obviously then the following week we host our first game here in the RSC, which I think is going to be a fantastic occasion. But hopefully we can just make it an occasion that we're going to be competitive on the pitch as well, and as I said, in time we'll push that out there. We'll try and fill the RC, and we'll try and get a good buzz about the place that people will want to come and watch us and want to get behind us.